If you are the chosen one, if you are watching this right now, and if you feel that you are the chosen one, what happened is that you are destined to be seen. You are destined to be famous. And I'm going to share with you why this is and how you can step into this and why it hasn't happened for you yet. What happens here is that all souls, chosen ones, star seeds, we came here, we have this innate knowing that we came here for a purpose, for a reason. And there is like a big, it's what I call mission purpose. It's huge, okay? It's a big purpose. No matter what you think it is, it's always bigger than what you think it is. And the reason why your higher self is attracted to this video right now, this is not a coincidence. You are designed specifically to be attracted to content like this and get this information at this time right now, because your soul, your higher self, your deep knowing knows that it is time for you to awaken to your true destiny path, that you are meant to be seen, to be heard, to be felt, to be experienced, to be visible, to be famous. And there is a block, okay, that's tap into that is encoded within you. I'm going to share with you how you can unblock this, and at the end of the video I'm going to share with you exactly the steps to do to get more visible, more impactful, help more people, and being more seen in an effortless way, and how I did it and how I take my clients through this. The first thing that you need to know here is the block, okay, for you, why it hasn't happened yet for you, is you haven't awakened your true divine template. What does it mean without all these, spiritual mumbo jumbo? Is what does it mean is that you came here with a specific design. Okay, when you push all the buttons, when you adjust and tune all the knobs, you will be activated into this freaking superhuman version of you, this super starseed version of you, for you to do the task that you're here to do, whether it's healing, whether it's creating sanctuaries, whether it is assisting people and animals to whatever the path that they're meant to go to, the new earth consciousness. There are certain things that you're meant to do. Okay, you designed it this way. You agreed to this. This is a soul agreement. But when you came here, you wiped your memory, you forgot, you get sleepy, and you hit the snooze button, and you forgot. Okay, the whole game of this earth school is to awaken, okay, or reawaken you to your true divine nature. And what happens is when you awaken to your true nature, you're meant to share and give this at a really big level. And the big level that you're meant to give this can only happen when you are visible, when you are famous, when you are known, when you're the industry leader. So think about one of the greatest or some of the greatest spiritual teachers and wisdom sharer in the world. They're known, okay, like Jesus or like Buddha or like whatever, okay, all these people, Baba Ramdas, I don't know, right? It's like all of these like spiritual teachers like Wayne Dyer, right? All of these people, gurus, whatever, wisdom shares, like they're known, okay? And even like Eckhart Tolle, like I haven't dive deep into him, but like isn't there this whole thing where he like got his download and he changed his name and he's tapped into his divine template, and then now he's like world renowned, right? World known. So this is the thing, this is the code, okay? When you fully step into your divine path, your divine template. And this is actually really interesting, because actually a lot of people, you will see that they change their name. Okay, and I'm not suggesting that you change your name. I didn't change my name, but I'm not suggesting that. But what I'm saying is that once you awaken to your true divine template, you will remember who you are, and maybe that version of you has a different name. That version of you has a different life. That version of you is someone who's completely different than who you are now. So until you awaken to that, until you remember who you really are, away from the illusion, away from this amnesia, away from the snooze button, you actually wake up at 6 a.m., okay? You wake up and then you realize, oh my God, I am not John Smith. Oh my God, I'm not in this flesh and bone. I am not what they tell me to be. I'm not this person who just wakes up, work, file taxes, cry, and die, you know? Like, you're not that. You actually came here for something more profound, something more energetic, something more spiritual, something that is, your soul understands this, but maybe your human is having trouble logicalize this. I think there's another word for this, right? Tapping into this deep knowing inside of you and awakening to it. And when you awaken to, oh my God, this is who I am, you know, it's what we call ascension, spiritual awakening. When you awaken to this, that is only step one. I'm going to share with you the two other steps. Step two is to say yes. Say yes to this soul purpose. Say yes to this soul purpose that you agreed to do on this earth. So maybe your ego is resisting it a little bit. But once you agree to it, something magical happens. And I will share with you the story of what happened to me. I still remember this as clear as day. It was one of those magical, crazy experiences in my life. When I decided to create this YouTube channel, I was awkward as F. Okay, I was not a good speaker. I was so shy. I pretended to be mute for like a long time, for a while in my life, a long time ago, just so that I don't have to speak, because I was so ashamed of my voice, my accent, my bad English. I was so ashamed of everything, how I look, everything about myself. I was so insecure. So for me to be on YouTube, it's just ridiculous. It was never a dream of mine. But there was just something in my heart, in my soul. It was like, you just need to do this, okay? And I remember that one day, I was literally on my bed. I think it was like laying down or thinking. I don't know what I was doing. And then I just shut up. I just shut up. And it's like something, it felt like something really like took over. Like something, I shut up and I went and like stood on the floor. Like, and then I was like closing down my eyes. And this has all happened very intuitive. And I was like, dear God universe, I think I was referring to the universe at that time. Dear universe, I surrender. I surrender my small s self, like the lowercase self. I surrender who I think Tina is. And I allow myself to be the vessel of the divine. I allow myself to be the vessel of love, the vessel of light, the vessel of wisdom. I surrender my lower S self. And that thing, like, I wasn't planning to do that. I was just like laying on the bed, and then something like that happened to me. It was like an initiation. It was like an invocation. So if you're ready for something like that, you can use what I share. And this is something I share with my clients that also help them step into their divine template. You can only do that when you surrender your lower S self. You cast it aside, not surrender like tossing it away. Like, you know, I still have the Tina part in me who's funny, I think, and, you know, who's silly and who's, you know, whatever, right? Like, who likes fried chicken from time to time when I'm PMSing, you know, like there's this part of me. It's very much Tina, you know? But when I share wisdom, when I channel, when I coach, when I guide people on the spiritual journey, it's not me, you know? I open myself up to be the channel of the divine. So when you fully understand that for you to fully step into your divine work, you need to step into your lower S self, something very magical happens. So this is going to be step 3. So the step 3 of this whole thing and what happened to me was then I just get these intuitive insights to start creating these videos and to share my message and do the things that is really just beyond me. So success and fame came to me very easily. All of a sudden, my channel blew up. All of a sudden, people started coming through. All of a sudden, people were booking me, like left, right, front, and center. All of a sudden, people were asking me to coach them and guide them. And, you know, at the time, I wasn't even well known. I had like 5,000 subscribers or something, okay? And people were lining up and asked me to coach them on various topics. And not only that, even when I was at like the 5,000 mark, okay, or maybe 10, okay, it's like very small channel. I was asked to be a speaker and teacher at one of the most prestige summits, the biggest summits in the world, about intuitive channeling, intuitive tarot reading. And I haven't, read tarot cards for a very long time. I started out doing, energy readings and stuff. Like I have clients who have 10, 15 years of experience reading tarot. Some people 30 years. And they learn from me, who started like maybe 1 or 2 years, not even that, okay? And the truth is, your soul age is more than what you think it is. And the thing here, I'm speaking to you all souls. So maybe you're like me, who looks like 12, or 18, or just very young. But your soul knows that it's not their first rodeo. I know that I came here with having the knowledge and wisdom and the insights and the downloads that I have for God knows how long. And time and like that, you cannot really measure it. But it's not my first rodeo, and I know that. And maybe you know it too. That's why you're being led to this video. So why this has everything to do with being famous is because, or being seen and being visible, is when you say yes, okay, and when you surrender your small self and be of divine service. This is the key. I don't surrender my lower S self and just be like, oh yeah, universe, please use me as your vessel for the greatest good, so that I can have this vain, egotistical satisfaction. It's because I wanted to share these messages of love, truth, wisdom, awakening to people. It is my genuine heart's desire. So because that purpose, that motivation is so strong, that I'm willing to do the uncomfortable thing. I am willing to cast aside my fear, my doubt, my insecurity of being seen, of speaking up, even though I wasn't that much of a good speaker, but I was invited to all these speaking things, and I ended up even teaching speaking, okay? Speaking from the heart, speaking to the soul, to thousands of people. I was invited, and it was crazy. Like, it is like my life literally transformed. And it's because I had the audacity and the courage to cast aside my lower self when I do the work and the soul mission that I'm here to do. So if you know that even you're a light worker, okay, you're a wisdom sharer, you're an old soul, you're a starseed, you're an empath, you're a healer, you're a guide, you're a channel, you're meant to share your gifts. And you're meant, if you have a gift and if you are so anchored in your purpose, the universe, the divine, will put people in front of you, will put the people who are as equally eager to receive your gifts as you are equally eager to give your gifts. So why it worked for me, and I see this with a lot of people, like I was telling you, the spiritual teachers and stuff, is because they have that burning desire to give their gifts to the world. So they cast aside their old self, their small self. Even some of them renounce their name and their old lifestyle. I had to renounce my old lifestyle, right? It's like maybe the old me said, oh yeah, let's go get fried chicken. Let's go out for a drink. Let's, do whatever, right? But then my true self was just like, I just want to help as many people as possible. I want to get these messages out. I don't care how crazy I look. I don't care if I'm judged on the internet. I don't care if these people don't like me. I just wanted to help the people who I know that I'm meant to help. Like, I had that burning desire, and it's true. So when you show up doing what you're doing, okay, when you awaken to your true temple and you're doing the thing from a pure desire, you're going to attract those people. And the stronger your desire and your motivation to help as many people, the bigger and the stronger the many people are going to come to you. So what that means in 3D language is that you're going to be visible and you're going to be famous naturally. because it's a law of attraction. You attract what you are. So when you want to give your gift so big and so freely, you're going to attract a really big crowd. And yet you're going to attract opportunities that put you as the industry leader, that put you as, someone of an authority. They're going to put you in these situations where you're invited with, mass audiences. I was co-hosting the biggest daily manifestation room when, there was this app called Clubhouse. A lot of people know me from that as well. I was invited to these podcast shows, interviews, these, again, online summits, really big names people, and I was like a small channel, and even now, it's like allowing yourself to know that it doesn't matter. Your energy will do the working. Your energy will get you into the rooms that your mind can never get you to. Okay? So when you are this chosen one, and it's not good enough that you know that. You need to say yes to it. You need to be willing to cast aside your lower S self if it's something that you desire. You have a free will, okay? And you fully have the pure heart desire to give yourself to as many people as possible, your wisdom, your light, your codes, your healing. And that you will be blessed. Okay, that's how it works. The universe will bless you. But what that really means in neutral term is that you attract what you are. So that's why, if you are listening right now and if it's burning something within you, I encourage you to reassess your life. I encourage you to reassess your life, but genuinely, are you happy doing that job that you're doing that is not true for you? Are you genuinely feeling like, I created a YouTube channel and Instagram and I start sharing, but I don't get enough views and I'm sad now and this? Or is it because your desire is not coming from a pure place beyond you? Because if it's truly coming beyond you and you care more about the people who are meant to receive your healing, instead of caring about how you look and how you perceive and how your uncle and aunt and hater friends perceive you and judge you, you will have more success. You will be more visible, because the greatest, of all time, the GOAT, it's like the goats of this world, the starseed goats, you have to go beyond the fear of looking ridiculous, looking crazy, looking weird, being judged, so that you can have real success and real fulfillment in this world. Because you're not here to serve, and then neglect yourself. No, you're here to serve while you play. For me, sharing these messages and, coaching and guiding people and mentoring people through their journey of becoming who the F they're here to be, is a joy of mine. It gives me purpose. It gives me fulfillment. It makes me sleep well at night. And when you don't fulfill your true soul mission and purpose, you don't sleep well at night, okay? And you will feel sad and depressed and unfulfilled. And all of this is designed in a way that is beyond what you think is bad or good. It's designed in the grand system for you to fulfill your purpose, for you to be in full of your divine essence. Okay? So what I was sharing with you is, here I'm going to share exactly how you can do that. And these 3 steps process that I share with you is going to help you do that. But I'm going to give you another thing, that once you anchor this in, your life will never be the same again. You're going to start seeing people flooding in to your life. You're going to be seen in a really big way. Is whatever you think is bad or wrong or weird about you, okay, I want you to write these words down. They're very important. Bad, wrong, weird. Bad, wrong, weird, okay? Write it down. It's your superpower. It's going to get you famous as fuck. It's going to get you visible as fuck, okay? That's it. I spent years hating my voice, feeling ashamed of my voice, but it is my meditation, my energy activation, my videos, my podcast that heals millions of people, that awakens so many souls around the world, that saves lives. my voice that I was hiding, was ashamed of. My hideous face that I thought that it was so ugly, okay? And I was like, I want all these plastic surgery because I hated how I look. This is the face that brings joy to people when they see me. This is the face that people see and get inspired by. Whatever I think that is bad about myself is my superpower. One thing I think that's weird, like even now when I'm speaking, I don't speak perfect English, I don't speak perfect grammar, I stumble over my words, but I don't give a shit. Okay, but my purpose is bigger than my flaws. My purpose is bigger than my ego. So I want you to check yourself. Is your purpose bigger than your ego? And there's weird things about me. There's quirky things. I'm not I don't know how people expect their spiritual guide to be, their spiritual mentor to be. Okay, and I don't care. I don't care if I look 18. I think my clients who are attracted to my energy, they can feel the ancient wisdom that is embedded in my soul, and those are the true wise awakened ones, because they see through the veil. And this world, we pick up these characters. We pick up these characters and we play these characters, but we hide our soul essence. You can be looking at someone who's a child, but their soul is just so ancient. So don't let appearances distract you. And also, like, your weirdness or your something that you think is not right, how a healer is supposed to look. Maybe you're a super rock star and you like these piercings and paint your nails black, and you're like, oh my god, people will think I'm a healer, they're gonna think I'm weird. But no, you're meant to shine in your authentic nature, and that's part of the game. The people who are going to be rewarded in this lifetime as the ancient soul, the star seed, being in their healership, in their full presence, in their visibility, are the ones who want to push past the veils of, oh, I'm so weird, and it's not how a healer is supposed to look like, how a spiritual guide is supposed to look like. You go beyond all of that and you just be you. And that is your recipe for massive success, massive wealth, massive fulfillment, massive love and harmony and peace in your life. So highly recommend. Let me know down below what you got from this video, and check out my other videos I make daily here for you, okay? Because I love you. So if you appreciate this, give this a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I can't wait to read your comments down below. And if you haven't joined my free community, Awaken, join, because I have more resources for you inside. This is Tina Wong, and I love you so much.